Hello, human peoples. You're listening to the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. To support us and gain access to great exclusive podcasts like Fox Mulder is a Maniac, Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Star Trek The Next Futurama, and our latest show, Spiel Boys, head over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We do game streaming, movie nights with our patrons every Friday night, and you can even commission your own podcast about anything you want. Literally anything, within reason, and we have to do it. You are quite frankly out of excuses not to go visit patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
What another episode of Hypecast?
Hypecast.
It is the show where we get hyped about stuff and things. I'm your co-host, Tom Ryman.
I'm your other co-host, David Bell.
It's me. Is it my turn?
It is!
Yeah!
You did it!
Woo! I'm Bridgett Greenberg.
Oh, yeah!
Hi, Bridget. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. I am good. We got some good stuff to talk about. The movies have been moving.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. I don't know if you've heard, but the movies, they're back. They've returned. They have
Pinocchio's
returned. Out? Yes.
Which is what we were all waiting for.
Exactly.
Out to terrible reviews.
Some of the worst reviews.
Yeah.
Of course,
Exciting.
no one wanted that story again.
No.
You can almost see it. Like, we talked about this, I think, on Hypecast last week, but like them green-lighting it in the wake of all like the super successful remakes they were doing, like Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin and Lion King, and then it's like, well, let's do Pinocchio, and then like as it gets closer and closer to coming out, like they realize how not jazzed they are about Pinocchio and how like nobody is jazzed about Pinocchio, but they're like still going through the motions because like, we've come this far. We hired Tom Hanks.
Pinocchio is nobody's favorite Disney character.
No.
And if it is, that person is...
that would be awful. Can you imagine?
Awful. I don't know what to do with that person if someone came up to me and said Pinocchio was their favorite Disney story.
Can you imagine picking out a Pinocchio backpack on purpose?
Do they make those?
I hope not.
Are there Pinocchio merch?
There's bound to be.
Are there
Disney,
some real Noke heads out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Nokies?
The Nokies? little stuffed pastas are also really into Pinocchio. Bridget,
right.
thanks so much for being on the show.
Yeah, Bridget, thank you. Do you want to you want to plug something up top just for funsies?
Oh, I'll switch it up.
Do it. Let's do it.
I like to switch it up sometimes for people, you know.
Yeah, give them the unexpected. I mean, I host podcasts over on the Small Means Network. We have my co-host Sarah and I have a podcast right now called Shooting Threes about movie trilogies. We are currently going through the How to Train Your Dragon series.
Nice.
That's been fun. Check that out. Sarah and I are also launching a sketch show for our friends, and it's called New Low, and you can follow us on Twitter, me at Bridgett Tweets, to hear all about that and see what we've been posting. And if you like sports, I do sports stuff over at a studio called Follow Through Studios. And if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see stuff from all those things.
Sounds good. Did you say you do sketches for your friends? Like it's exclusive?
No, we're putting them out on the internet world. But,
okay. I thought it was special. Okay.
No, we're trying to. We would like people to see them.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
That's the goal. Yeah.
When you said doing sketches for your friends, I did immediately think of like getting a bunch of friends together in like somebody's living room, doing a sketch show for them.
I don't know why I said it that way.
But you did, so I had questions.
I did, and I would take it back. But I do sketches. I produce sketches for you, the listeners.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
With friends.
There you go. Now it's all clear.
There it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the listeners are your friends. Got it.
Right.
Everyone's my friend.
Well, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Of course.
We got a bunch of trailers to talk about, so we should probably thank some producers.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. Big thank you to Driftless.
Thank you.
Prince of Darkness. So many Satan lovers on our producer list.
I think we attract them. I'm not sure why.
On us.
I'm not sure why.
It's on. Yeah. Thank you to Hombre. Thank you, Hombre.
Thank you.
Thank you to Heathcliff's Helping Handfuls. Thank you so much. Thank you to the conveniently placed self-destruct button on the top of every baby's head.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to Samuel Beckett's Donuts and Mortgage Emporium.
Thank you.
Thank you to Snapper Carr Punches God in the Dick.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to @NerdNumbers.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mike the Lurker.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you to Dracula, the bus driving vampire.
Toot toot.
Thank you to Brockway Loves the Meat Millie.
He sure does.
And thank you to David Knife Boot Henson. Thank you.
All right, let me swoop in here. Thank you to Grumblebee.
Thank you.
Thank you to Screaming Horse Pyramid.
Thanks.
Thank you to Look Mom on a podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you to Zex Merquise, the Lightning Baron.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you to Deborah's Awesome, Barbara's Great, and Cancer Can Go to Hell.
Thank you.
Thank you to Numino Ultra Microscopic Silicovolcanoconiosis Anti-Disestablishmentarianism Jones.
Thank you.
Thank you to the baby from Eraserhead.
Thank you.
Thank you to Chiz Lily Tits.
Thank
you.
Thank
you to These 7 Bs.
Thank you.
And thank you to Breezy Ruizy.
Thank you. All right.
All right.
Trailer, starting with the teaser for Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. I just want to say at the top of this, I don't think this is a good title for a movie.
No.
Okay.
No.
Go ahead, Bridget.
Yeah, I was disappointed when I heard the title, but the Knives Out mystery.
Right.
Makes me feel like they're already setting it up as like, this isn't Knives Out. It's just a Knives Out mystery.
Right, because I feel like the first Knives Out was supposed to be almost like it wasn't supposed to be part of a series. At least it didn't feel that way, right? It felt more like an anti-mystery.
Right.
Like it was, So now they want to like turn it into one, and it was so centered on this idea of this family of like mostly liberals suddenly turning on this woman. Like it was more about that, the family, than like, ooh, this is a mystery series.
It was more about subverting all of the sort of whodunit tropes than actually being a whodunit. So it's like the Rambo sequels, you know what I mean? Where it's like missing the point of the original movie. Yeah.
I had all these thoughts, and then I watched the trailer and I was like, God, I hope this is good. It looks like there are glimmers that it might be a fun movie, but it looks like it could entirely miss the point of why the first Knives Out is so good.
I really like Rian Johnson, and I also like the cast here, so I'm excited. I'm like a little worried that Rian Johnson is just going to make Knives Out movies for the rest of his career and not go back to like sci-fi and stuff.
Netflix did give him a shitload of money.
Right.
So he's going to make at least a few of these.
Yeah, but like I'm sure he'll make other things too.
The cast is so good and fun. Kate Hudson looks like she's having the time of her life in this, and
she
Kate
really
Hudson,
does.
We need to cast her in more comedies. Yeah. Or
she's great.
She's great. She looks very funny and very good in this movie, and I'm excited. Like they have me hooked enough that I'm going to see what's going on. But I did tune into this trailer and be like, did they miss the point? Are we just going to watch now a mystery with silly characters?
See, that's actually what I want. I didn't much care for Knives Out because I love me a good whodunit. And everything about Knives Out, I was so excited, and I went to see it, and it's not a whodunit. It just isn't.
Right.
But it's deliberately not a whodunit. So I was sort of disappointed with the movie, even though I recognize that it is still pretty funny and it's pretty good. So I'm actually sort of excited about the idea of this being like an actual mystery with these goofy characters with the same sort of comedic tone. So I guess I'm more open to this sequel than maybe it sounds like you two guys are.
No,
we'll see.
On our
I
We
like
Just
the
Watched, we
character.
talked about that. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, I like the character. I love me some Daniel Craig, and I love that he gets to be a good goofy character actor now instead of James Bond, which he was great at. But this seems to be where his heart is, so I'm glad we're letting him do that. I have a lot of hope for this movie. It's just I'm trying not to ride the hype wave purposely. I don't. Yeah.
So
protecting me.
Yeah,
my fragile heart.
I feel the same as you, Tom, where
your glass onion heart, as it were.
My glass onion heart, yes.
Knives Out definitely made me feel like I was unsatisfied.
Yeah.
Because of what you're saying. So what I'm hoping is that they can't possibly do that again. So this will be a straight up murder mystery. What I'm scared of is that they'll be like, oh, we have to do another subversion or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of, it's the thing of like, I just don't think there are enough murder mysteries out there to start subversively.
Start doing
I just want more.
I kind of hope that this takes place before the events of the original Knives Out, and that's why, this is kind of his backstory of all these mysteries that he's solved.
That would be interesting, yeah.
And that way, by nature, it has to be taken a little more seriously as a murder mystery.
Yeah. Whatever the case, I'll definitely see it. And most people like Knives Out, so I'm sure people will be.
And I didn't dislike Knives Out. It just wasn't the movie that I was expecting, so I was disappointed with it. I do like Rian Johnson, and I recognize that it's a well-made, funny movie. This is coming to the Netflix anyway, so like. I don't even have to leave my couch to watch it. So
you're going to see it whether it just starts playing or whether you click on it.
Listen,
exactly.
I watched...
But it's going to just start playing.
I watched Adam Sandler's Murder Mystery. Okay, so it's not hard to get me with a mystery on Netflix.
Sure. Well, let's talk about this next trailer because I'm pretty excited about this.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is Wendell and Wild. This is written by, amongst others, Jordan Peele. And then it's the director of fucking The Nightmare Before Christmas, Coraline, James and the Giant Peach. So it's a little film called
Monkey Bone.
And a little film called Monkey Bone.
Yes.
It is a one. It's, if you've seen the trailer, it's fucking, it
looks so cool.
It's really
gorgeous.
Cool. Yeah.
And it's about two demons voiced by Key and Peele.
Yeah.
Which is
Keegan
amazing.
Michael Key and Jordan Peele. So
this is better than, because part of me always thought if they ever remade Hercules, it should be Key and Peele as Payne and
Terror?
the other one.
Is it Terror? I can't remember.
Anyway,
those two things.
Those two things, but this is the same thing but more original and better, and or not. I don't want to say better, but not the same exact story. So this looks awesome. That director hasn't done anything since 2009.
Since Coraline, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 2009. So,
jeez, man.
And everything he has done has been good. So
yeah, it's
we're due.
Yeah, incredible. It looks. I mean, if you're a fan of any of Henry Selick's movies, this looks great. If you're a fan of Jordan Peele or Key and Peele, this looks great. It's just
Yeah, the animation
I'm a fan of all of them.
Yes.
So I'm just so fucking excited.
Yeah, the animation is cool. The way they were playing with like the characters in negative space is looked amazing.
Such a cool idea.
Yeah, really clever and cool. I can't exactly tell what the plot is of the movie, but that's probably for the best.
I think it has something to do. There's a teenage girl, and these demons either are like her imaginary friends from when she was younger, or they like represent some sort of anxiety or something from when she was younger, and now they're back and she has to deal with them. I think is what it's about.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've gathered. But, maybe trailers shouldn't give away the plot to your entire movie.
Hey, there's an idea.
I mean, it's crazy.
I actually, if you go on IMDb, they'll give more description. I'm not even going to say it. Even though it's not really a spoiler, this is one where it's like, I don't need to know anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can figure it out by watching the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's look, I don't need that much. Like for the Glass Onion, the Knives Out movie we just looked at, you mentioned this is the teaser for it. I'm like, this is all the trailer I need for this movie. I don't need to know anything else.
Well, we're gonna get 9 more trailers for Get Glass Onion.
Yeah.
Wendell and Wild might fly under the radar a little bit, but it looks so cool. I couldn't get over the way the animation style looked. I'm glad this director's back and bringing his eye to like 2022, 2023.
This was this came out of nowhere too for me.
Yeah,
this was just like a gift at my doorstep. It's just like holy shit.
Yeah, I saw Jordan. I hadn't heard about it, and then I saw Jordan Peele today tweet about it. It was the first time I've heard about it, and I feel like when does that happen anymore?
Right. It's
except for, this looks awesome.
Yeah, all I have to say is people should watch this trailer.
Definitely.
I mean, holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, let's move on.
Well, we're moving. We're moving.
Let's move.
This next one is Armageddon time. I assume the sequel to Armageddon.
Mm-hmm.
It's an action-packed title for what is a quiet drama.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like School Ties. But for some reason it's called Armageddon time.
Armageddon time. I'm sure there's a reason. It's the director of Ad Astra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I actually really liked Ad Astra.
I think that's a good director for sure.
Yeah.
It's about Anthony Hopkins.
Love him. Love that he popped up.
Yeah,
he popped up unexpectedly, and I was like, all right.
Yeah,
it's always good to see him.
Yeah, it's Anne Hathaway, Jeremy Strong. It's a little boy is going to public school and he makes friends with this other kid and they get into trouble, so they pull him out of public school and put him into private school. And then he starts to be exposed to all sorts of prejudices in the private school because he's Jewish and they don't like him for that. And also his friend from public school is black and they don't like that. And so he has like a lot of pressure from his mom and dad to succeed, but his cool grandfather Anthony Hopkins is like, no, fuck those people. It looks like a good movie, honestly.
Yeah, it looks like a good movie. They have casted not one Jew in this movie, which is pretty incredible. And the only Yiddish word anyone says is schmuck, so I feel like they've done.
He says mensch at the very end. Oh wait, that's German.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, is it Yiddish? Funny.
I think it's Yiddish. I mean, my grandmother's... Yeah, I think that is Yiddish. I grew up with that word, so I assume it's Yiddish. Yeah, it's truly incredible that we keep making these movies about Jews with no Jews when there are so many.
I'm imagining the casting experience where they're like, we really want this to be about like the Jewish experience in the 80s. So we're going to guess Jews, right? Oh, Lord, no. No.
Anthony Hopkins.
We've got Anthony Hopkins as the kindly Jewish grandfather.
Oh, shit.
Really? Was Cy Abelman not available?
That was... that struck me because none of the Yiddish sounded right coming out of their mouth, and that's when I kind of realized, like, oh, this is a movie about Jews. We got no Jews up in here. But it looks interesting. I'd be interested to see a movie based in the 80s. About these tensions and like the privilege of being a white minority and what that means and.
It's not like celebratory about the 80s. It like starts with Reagan getting elected, and then it's like everything's not neon, and people are listening to Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Like everything's brown.
This is the brown 80s, and I'm very happy about that.
This is the early 80s,
the actual 80s.
This feels like reminded me because it feels like we've been stuck in the 70s for decades in terms of movies, period pieces. So it's like it's nice to see like what appears to be a non-glorified 80s movie.
Yeah.
Because whenever we cover the 80s, it's novel. And I feel like now the people from the 80s have gotten old enough that they're like, no, let's actually talk about the 80s as like an actual era where things
it's
happen.
At least in movies. The Americans, this looked like the 80s from The Americans, the TV show.
Yeah.
Which kind of fits talking about the socio-political background of the 80s. Mm-hmm. That's when it's brown. But when you have kids running around arcades, then it can be neon.
Sure,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's high time we had the 80s experience of mom and dad smoking in a JCPenney.
Absolutely.
Like that's-
God, those were the days. Love that JC Penney. Oh man, I went to a JC Penney recently because I had to poop.
Uh-huh.
And
That's why.
I went in the JC Penney, and it was one of
That's
the
where
one of the
poop goes.
miraculous ones where I guess I was going to say it's one of the, but this is a JC Penney. It hasn't been updated since the
Sure.
80s.
Yeah.
Like all JC Penney's. It
Mm-hmm.
was awesome.
Yeah,
Loved
JC
it.
Penney's and like Macy's, I feel like still have the same vibes they've always had.
Oh
Plus,
yeah.
they figured it out. They didn't need to innovate anymore.
Yeah, if you
Right.
just fill the store with clothes, there is no design.
Exactly. It's perfect.
If you just walk around disorientated, then you're not paying attention to the decor of the place.
Right. This movie is also one of two on this list of Anthony Hopkins
Yeah.
going in for an Oscar real quick. Just like, I'm going to pop into this film
Get
and see if
one,
I can get an
yeah.
Oscar out of this.
Another Oscar. You remember when they gave
Oh,
him
yeah.
the Oscar instead of Chadwick
Yeah.
Boseman?
You know, he was like, let's see how many of these I can eke out, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's great. Every single
Yeah,
time
of
he's
course.
great.
He's
so
awesome, yeah.
happy to see the hop.
Of course. All right, next trailer is for Luckiest Girl Alive.
Oh boy.
The irony being she is not.
She is very
It-
unlucky.
It's a Mila Kunis as like a socialite who's got her whole life figured out. She's going to marry this rich guy. She's got a great job. And then her past comes to haunt her. It appears that she is like involved in like a school shooter or some sort of mass murderer or something really
Something
dark
very
in high
dark,
school.
yeah.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
dark in
and
school.
that she was either was close to the person who did the bad thing and like clearly like might have been like working with them or aiding them in
Abetted
some
them?
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's unclear
Sorry.
in the trailer, and I feel like normally I don't know. These thrillers like this can be real hit or miss with me because I get annoyed when the suspense is all built around this mysterious event in the character's past that they just don't tell us about until the last
Yeah.
act of the movie, and
I
that's
feel
where
like
the
they
suspense
are-
comes from.
I feel like they are going to tell us though. I
hope so.
I don't know.
I hope so.
I mean, it's based off a book, so I
book,
imagine
yeah.
there are people out there
Yeah.
that know. So if it's based on a book, they might not hold the secret as long. My immediate reaction to this trailer was, has Mila Kunis always been a bad actor?
That opening line is pretty bad,
that-
huh?
Yeah, there's just no... she really sounds like she's phoning it in on this one.
No, and I don't think she
and
is.
she shouldn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
And I don't think she is. It just sounds like I don't think she is either. But yeah, it definitely
You're right, though. Like the first,
sounded. I was like, "Ooh, what is?"
like the first
What is she
two
doing?
lines of VO in this trailer, I was like, "Ooh, like what are we?"
We don't
that's
have-
the take we went with.
We don't have a
Yeah.
great sample size to really know because
I
I
mean,
clicked
yeah.
on what she's done and it's pretty much it's like okay there's Jupiter Ascending.
Well, it's like she's done
there's
comedy. She's
Ted.
done.
There's
Yeah,
Oz the Great and Powerful.
She's done like Bad Moms and that movie with Justin Timberlake, that rom com.
Well, and 10
Just
years
Friends?
of that '70s show and Family
Here's
Guy.
the question: Black Swan.
I-
Black Swan is the one where it's like okay, so that's the one where she's like trying, right?
She's
Is she good
Black
in Black
Swan's
Swan?
great. I really enjoy Black Swan.
Me too.
Have never had this thought about her until Luckiest Girl Alive, and I just like had flashbacks, and I'm like, maybe she's not good at acting.
I think she's fine. I don't.
Yeah.
She does a good job, I think, in the things I've seen her in. Yeah, and maybe this one, it's just like, she wasn't directed well, or I don't know.
Yeah,
what.
they might have chose a weird- yeah,
the
they might have
directors have
chose a
done
weird
mostly
take.
TV. They've
yeah,
done.
they might have just chose a weird take for that VO, or
Yeah.
VO, things happen in VO, but to open your trailer with that just like nothing of a line read, just that
Right.
flat line read, I was like,
Yeah. It's not
What?
It's not a great line either. It's something like I was the
No.
luckiest girl in the world until I
Yeah.
was. It's something
Right.
like that. So it's like, ooh, like none of this was a good decision.
yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure where it was going after that VO. I'm like, is this a thriller? Is this gonna turn? I don't know what's happening here, and I'm worried.
It looks like it's a sexy thriller, right? That's going to
Yeah.
be It might not even be that sexy, to be honest. It might just be
just
a
one of
straight up.
those. Yeah, I think it's just one of those murder mystery bestseller books that always come around. That like
Right.
5 of them get put on the bestseller list a year, and this is one of them.
This is the mystery novel factory where it's like there's so many that they fall through the cracks with me. Like
yeah,
yeah.
it's impossible to keep up with all of them. There's diminishing returns on them too. So
Right, and I love a good mystery. We were just talking about this, but they churn them out so fucking often that it's hard to keep track.
Yeah, this seems like the main genre of book these days, and it's definitely there's diminishing returns with this murder mystery woman with a dark past who lives a nice life now, and we find out what the dark past is. Like it seems like well trodden territory, but I mean they keep doing well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the parody with
Kristen Bell.
With Kristen Bell didn't hit it right, but someone's got
that
to
came
do it.
and went. God damn.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, they didn't. They missed something about the genre, but we're gonna keep getting these movies and books forever. So
Hell yeah. That's fine. Good for them.
Maybe we should write one, Dave.
Yeah, we should. Well, you still have to. Tom, you still have to write the Vampire Lottery.
That's right.
That was your young adult
Vampire
novel
Lottery.
idea.
yeah.
Okay, I'll get on that. We'll do.
We
I'll
gotta
do
get a
the Vampire
spreadsheet
Lottery.
together of movie ideas that were pitched during this podcast.
Yeah. I want to talk about this next trailer.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes,
This is a trailer for The Estate. Now,
I am in.
This looks
in
great.
listen, this movie has Toni Collette and Anna Faris, but in a lot of other ways, it has David Duchovny with a mustache.
Yes, scumbag David Duchovny.
Yes.
Yeah, the worst David Duchovny, maybe since Fox Mulder.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is it. I loved this trailer. This is like I hope this movie's good. It looks very funny and really good. And like Kathleen Turner, Rosemary
She's
DeWitt,
killing it, yeah.
on top of everybody, like everyone here, Ron Livingston, everyone here is a killer. So
Yeah.
and this movie looks so fun.
It's the writer of Death at a Funeral, and writer-director. It's about a woman who is, I believe, gets diagnosed with, she's terminally ill. And so and she's not a very pleasant lady, it seems. And then all of her, like, money-grabbing relatives show up, and they're all trying to butter her up.
Yeah.
And that includes David Duchovny, a cousin fucker? Or at least an aspiring cousin
He's
fucker.
He's open to it.
He's trying to fuck Toni Collette, his cousin.
He keeps opening the door, or Kathleen Turner for the
Yeah,
money.
he
He keeps just
offers.
opening the door to fuck people.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
this
my
is like
gosh.
I really hope this movie is great because these like weird small dark comedies.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I miss them.
I like. Well, they're hard to pull off. We used to get more attempts at them. And
Alexander Payne used to be better at them.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of movies, recent comedies that try to be dark, chicken out. And this trailer doesn't seem like it's chickening out because like everybody's a fucking scumbag.
It's such a good cast. They're all so funny in this trailer. Like I really hope this is a good movie because I'm excited for it now. I miss this kind of movie where it's just like
it reminds me. I mean, he doesn't always hit, but it reminds me of like a Danny DeVito movie, like a movie he directs.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, everything you just said is true. I'm in it for the David Duchovny.
Of course. Of course.
The magic of David Duchovny and comedy is that I don't think comedy comes naturally to David Duchovny.
Not at all.
No, so he plays it. So he plays it so real.
Yes,
he plays it without any irony.
Yes, and that's what makes him so fun for comedy.
So good, and I mean Toni Collette is incredible.
Yeah, she's
too,
great.
And I think she is kind of the perfect vehicle for this kind of thing. And I mean, we haven't seen Anna Faris in a movie in years, and she's wonderful.
She is wonderful. She's great.
Yeah. And I'm excited to see her in a movie where she's not like we put her in the scary movies for so long, and those are awesome. She's funny in all of them, even
She
the
is.
bad ones. She's very funny in all of them. But
She has a wonderful cameo in Keanu, the Key and Peele movie.
Nice.
so yeah, I'm excited to see her do this with like a bunch of heavy hitting actors. Now that she's
Yeah.
been on
Oh,
Chuck
her and
Lorre
Toni
Land without-
Collette.
Yeah. I was
Just
great.
doing comedy together. Like,
Great.
what the fuck is that?
Just very dry, quick comedy. I love that.
Yeah.
This movie looks perfect. The exact kind of movie we need right now. Heartbreak
I'm
will feel good
so
in a place
excited.
like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
David
we-
Duchovny's
yeah.
mustache feels good in a place like this.
Is
It's
this
it's going to be
is
the
this
best.
a movie? Is this a streaming movie? Or
I
are they
one
going to try to?
assumes, right? But I don't know.
I'm not sure, honestly.
Do they put movies? Yeah, my question is, do we get movies like this in theaters?
It says theaters, yeah, November 4th.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I'm going to buy a ticket.
Yeah, you are.
Ticket to the stash.
Oh my god, so good.
Also, it's good to see
Okay.
Kathleen Turner in a movie again. She hasn't been
It
in one
really
forever.
is. She's always a
Oh,
delight
for
to see
sure.
her.
Yeah. All right, next trailer is for The Visitor. This looks fine.
Yeah.
Did they not I saw? There's definitely a movie called The Visitor already.
Oh,
There are
sure.
so many.
There are
Yeah.
so
I
many
tried to
visitors
look
in
this up, and it was like, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to.
You're going to
You're
need
gonna
to be
have to
more
elaborate.
specific.
Yeah.
The
You're
one
gonna
with
have
the
to
one with
elaborate.
Iron Fist in it.
Right,
Even
and
writing The Visitor 2022, it's like there's multiple coming out this
And
year.
even if you try to describe this movie, it's so haunted house, The Visitor, that's existed.
This is very funny to me. It's a guy. It's this white guy, and this is important to know. It's this what he looks like he looks like he's white guy, blonde hair, short,
Iron Fist.
and he see. Oh yeah, it is Iron Fist.
Yeah.
That actually that plays into this a lot.
Yeah.
He sees a painting and he's like, that painting looks like me, and I was like, dude, every painting from that era
Yeah.
looks like you.
Every
Yeah, you're a
painting
Like that-
looks
that's the
like
thing.
you.
That's what-
It's just a white British face guy, and he's like, "This
I
painting
also,
looks
when
like
they-
me," and I was
when
like,
they first
"I
showed
literally
it-
thought like, oh, does it? Because that just looks,
when they first showed it, I was like, not really. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
a little.
yeah,
It didn't look that much like him.
In fairness, it seemed in this trailer. So what it is he's going to visit his partner's hometown, I guess, and is being introduced to people. But it seems like he's been there before, and he keeps seeing signs of some dude that looks like him. And it seems, at least to me, as the trailer progresses, the different paintings he's finding start to progressively look more and more like him. Like
Yeah, I think
at
so.
first it's more abstract, but as the trailer progresses, it's like more clearly, oh, that's just a painting of him.
yeah. Which
Yeah.
actually, that seems like this is a good premise. This is a good premise.
Not a bad
I don't
hook.
know.
No, yeah.
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 I
When they
have
make
no
that
idea.
clear, I'm not sure if they did that. I mean, it
No
was
idea.
unclear to me from the trailer if that was on purpose or not.
That
they
that
started
could
looking
be
more
me
like
doing
him.
that could be me doing
Yeah.
the movie's work for it. I
Because
don't
that's
know.
not reference. He's just like, that first one looks
Right.
like me, and the
Just
rest of
right
them
off
also
the bat.
equally look like me.
Right.
the first
I think these look more like you than the other one, but yeah.
the first
okay.
one we see where he's like, this guy looks like me. The guy doesn't have a face.
Yeah.
Like the painting doesn't have a face.
Like, yeah, you also have a head.
I have hair.
and
Is
are
this
British.
me?
So yeah, I mean, Lord knows if this is good. Again,
I mean, it's
good
coming
premise.
to Paramount Plus, so
Yeah.
Maybe-
I'll
maybe
watch
a
it if
good
I
premise.
remember to.
Maybe
Yeah,
a
this-
good premise. The premise is not that clear.
This is firmly on the list of movies that I will forget about this movie, and it'll then show up when I'm like scrolling through
Mm-hmm.
whatever streaming service, and I'll go, "Oh yeah, that movie," and then I'll keep scrolling.
and
that's
then
why
it'll
we
be
and
do
that'll
this.
and that'll
And that's
probably
why
be
we all
it.
make movies. So
Yeah.
someone can be like, oh, that one.
yeah.
Right, that one.
It'll be.
Uh,
I'll remember it as I'm scrolling through, and there will be a clean, pure 50-50 chance that I'll watch it.
Yeah. For the record,
Depending
again,
on
this
my
is
mood.
nothing against the people who made this movie. It could be the best movie ever, and it might pass me by completely for this reason, because it's part of the oversaturation of like straight to streaming movies,
Yes.
Yeah.
which I assume this is what this is, but I'm not certain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you said Paramount Plus, right?
I said that. It might not be true.
Oh, okay. There's no way to know. I'm not gonna look it up
Until you're on your couch.
Yeah.
No, it says on digital and on demand, October 7th.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, looks fine.
Yeah, we can move on.
Yeah.
We can move on.
We can move on.
Move on to another movie that is definitely a movie that already exists.
Certainly a film, The Son.
This is The Son, directed by the director of The Father, and it's like, what are you doing?
Oh.
What is this?
Oh, I thought I skipped The Son. I thought we were talking about the next movie on our list. But yes, this is also a movie that this exact director has already done with one of these actors.
Yeah,
I was going to say
Anthony
Hopkins is in The
one,
Father.
Yeah. This
Here's
is
the thing,
like
I watched The Father and I loved The Father. It was very sad and affecting. I don't know if this is a follow-up or
maybe it's like this director's Three Colors trilogy.
It might be.
Like it's that his next movie is going to be The Holy Ghost.
Yeah. This has a hell of a fucking cast.
It sure does.
It really
Laura
does.
Dern, Hugh Jackman, Anthony Hopkins. The idea is Laura Dern shows up and she's like, here's your son. And then I assume Hugh Jackson teaches him robot boxing. But we don't know for sure. But my prediction is that, you know how in the Oscars every year when you get the best actor nominations and there's always one where you're like, that movie doesn't exist.
Yeah, what is this?
Where it's just some
it's like a game
random
of
actor
Balderdash, where it's like, okay, one of these answers is false.
Yeah, which also happens with Best Picture every now and then. There'll be 9 recognizable movies and then one where you're like, I've never heard of that in my life. That's what this is to me. Like, I feel like this is going to be one that's going to show up at the Oscars for like Laura Dern or Hugh Jackman, and everybody will be like, I have no idea what movie you're referring to.
Yeah, there's always... I feel like every year there is one where I'm like, look, I'm sure that's a great movie. I'm not going to see it.
Yeah.
And I am someone who will sit through a tedious movie, a tedious art film, but there's always one every year. And this might be the one this year. Although, Laura Dern can get me into a seat.
Oh, yeah. This is probably a very good movie.
Yeah. I mean, again, The Father was excellent.
Yeah.
If not deeply upsetting, but excellent. I'm sure this is going to be a super well-made movie. Will people see it? Probably not.
It's based off a play. It's the writer of Atonement and Dangerous Liaisons and The Father.
Yes.
Yeah. Films, cinema.
Cinema.
And Dangerous Liaisons.
Yep.
Listen,
it's a very serious movie that's probably very good.
By extension, Cruel Intentions.
Right.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
This is not a movie, but a film.
Yeah.
A film.
It's a film.
It's weird to say is that when I was younger, I would more likely watch movies like this because I just have the time and patience.
Oh,
now
fresh
I'm
out of
just
film
like,
school, this is what I craved. But now I'm
exactly.
like, I got a life to live.
I would watch everything nominated for the Oscars. I would just do it every year. And now I'm just like, fuck, man.
I don't have the time.
That's so many.
Yeah.
I'm
I
just
make a
gonna
solid
watch...
attempt, but this is definitely one that would slip under the radar.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about Living.
This movie exists so much. Why are we... Yeah.
I love it. It's so British. It's the so most British movie.
It's a remake of a Kurosawa film.
Yeah, it sure is.
That's exactly... We want Kurosawa films remade with British people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way to take the note.
I mean, listen. British people, they like taking stuff from other cultures.
They sure do,
displaying
Dave.
It.
Sure do.
So this makes sense. This is a Bill Nighy as like a Monty Python straight man. He's got a bowler cap and suit, and he's very serious. He does very serious stuff, and then he gets some sort of illness, and he decides to start living, and that means not like doing heroin and like partying. No, he starts doing like the old British guy stuff.
Yeah,
going to nice restaurants.
Nice time.
Sitting on a swing in the snow. Yeah. It's British bucket list basically.
I'm so fucking excited. I'm so on board for this.
Yeah, And again, I'm sure this is one where like Bill Nighy's performance is going to be lauded, and we're going to hear about it a lot during Oscar time.
Of course, yeah.
I could not be less compelled by a idea or trailer than old white guy decides to start doing fun things.
Yeah. Again, not fun things, mildly
entertaining things. Yeah, not like being grumpy.
Right, it's not even. It's because the point's human connection, right? Because it's a remake of Ikiru. If you listeners have seen that film, so it's more about like a dude that was like so focused on his career that he didn't actually engage with humanity, with the world. Which
so we get. Bill Nighy stops being grumpy.
Basically,
yeah.
He hangs up his grumpus hat.
Yes.
Yeah. It's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be. It's gonna be
a movie. It's gonna be a movie. It's probably gonna be fun. He's gonna be
so
good in
funny.
it. It's
gonna be well made. Everyone's gonna act real good in it. You are not gonna get me to sit down for 2.5 hours and watch this.
Right. It's I love the theme of today is like perfectly good movies that we do not care to watch.
I'm not gonna watch it.
We're like, this seems good. Gonna skip it.
Like, well, I don't. It seems weird to remake a Kurosawa film.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
It really does.
It seems weird. Like, no, obviously, I love Bill Nye or Nihi. I don't know how to pronounce his name actually.
Nighy, I think.
Yeah. I think you were right the first time.
It's Bill Nye.
Oh,
the science guy,
mm-hmm.
like the science guy.
Yes.
No.
But like you're like, nope, I reject that. I like everybody, and I like him, and I'm sure all the filmmakers are good. It's just like, why are we? Why? It's like when they remade the.
Why did we spend money on this?
Exactly. It's like when they remade The Manchurian Candidate with like an incredible cast, Denzel, and Meryl Streep, and Liev Schreiber. I'm like, yes, but why? Why do this?
I actually. So in my opinion, that's actually the best way to remake things, because like I personally think this was something I've been thinking about for a while. Is they should remake The Third Man, and again, a lot of film buffs or people would be like, oh, absolutely not. But imagine taking someone like fucking Denzel and giving him Orson Welles' role in The Third Man. That would be amazing. Like I do think I think remakes, if we're gonna just remake good movies, we should at least just remake them with like phenomenal actors of today and just see how they fucking do it.
Yeah, okay, so it's just like a new performance
it's like
of a play.
It's like seeing a play on Broadway, redone with new actors.
It's
like fuck,
Denzel
man, like
doing Macbeth. Which was great.
And
I really enjoyed that. But
so like Manchurian Candidate with Denzel, it's just like, yeah, fuck it. I get that it does feel pointless, but it feels less pointless to me when it's at least like really talented people making it.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. This just feels like a deeply uninteresting premise to me.
Yeah. I should note the key is also remaking things that are character based that way. Because if it's just, I don't know, a live action Pinocchio, then it's like, who the fuck? Why are we doing this?
Right?
No one needs to see Tom Hanks's take on Geppetto. That's just not what we watched that for.
Yeah. Again, like I'm sure this is going to be a good movie. I'm just like the premise of workaholic starts living life.
It's been done a million times.
I don't feel like there could be anything that new brought to it other than like a great performance.
It's important to note that the Kurosawa film is 70 years old. Like we've done this premise, or like versions of this premise so many times. It's like, yeah, you're right. It's like, what new thing is there to say about this?
Right. I would argue we perfected it with Scrooged. So
we're done.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We're done. Speaking of remakes, All Quiet on the Western Front, which I guess is a readaptation, right? It's based off a book. With who's making this? I'm looking it up. It's going on the Netflix.
Bunch of Germans. I'm interested in this movie.
It's got Zemo.
It does have Zemo in it. Daniel Bruhl. I like
Daniel Bruhl. Yeah,
who has to be in everything that.
I
World
wrote in
War
the
One
notes.
and Two. Yeah.
He has World War One face.
He does.
Like that's there's certain actors who just have that face.
He has old-timey face.
Yeah, where you look at his face and you're like, I just want to put that guy in the trenches.
Yeah, you need
like,
to be in the past, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's great. Yeah, of course he's in this movie, but I think this might be cool. I mean, it looks huge and very expensive.
Yeah.
Seeing World War One is, I mean, we saw it with 1917. Super cinematic.
Yes. Yeah, that's an incredible
It's going to be
film.
hard to
and
beat
upsetting,
1917.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think All Quiet on the Western Front, obviously it's a book, so I think it gets a little bit of credit for just sort of breaking that ground first, but it is sort of, I think, the first time where at least modern war was demystified a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think, and obviously this trailer looks super intense. And so you get to see all these dudes like join up like, yeah, we're going to war. And then they're in the war like, man, this war thing wasn't as cool as we thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
War
this Western
sucks.
Front wasn't quiet at all.
War's hard.
Yeah,
I'm tired all the time.
yeah. It looks exhausting. War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. This movie looks huge. And super intense. It's all in German. I don't know.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'm into.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
this will be an interesting watch. I think. I think this is a good. I feel like the previous movies that have been adapted from All Quiet on the Western Front never really hit, and I feel like we might be able to do the book and what it was trying to say justice with like a little bit of a bigger budget and new technology. So
Yeah, for sure.
this might work. This one might work. This
Yeah.
remake could work.
Looks like they've made at least two.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are like our yeah. It's it's like our Peter Pan.
Right, and I don't think any of them like truly hit or worked. I think this will get at the like quiet darkness of the book.
Yeah, I feel like the previous adaptations have focused a little too much on melodrama. That might just be my faulty memory, but I don't feel like we do that quite as. At least this, we certainly did it in like in 1917. This certainly didn't do it in that movie. So like
No.
I think perhaps we've evolved beyond that sort of like the melodrama being the way that we look at war as like a serious subject, with capital letters.
Oh yeah,
So,
right. Well, my
yeah.
favorite thing about 1917 was it was like a horror movie.
It's a horror movie, yeah.
Yeah.
100% a horror
and
movie.
that's such a good, that's such an accurate way to depict war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, 1917 was such a visual movie, and it ended up feeling so visceral, and it really put you in the world. And I feel like this is still a Netflix movie, but I do think this has a chance to be a lot more affecting than all the other remakes or adaptations of All Quiet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Movies.
Movies. Trench
Trailers.
warfare feels good in a place like this.
Yes. Trench foot feels good in a place like
Trench
this.
foot.
Oh, all right. Well, we're gonna move on to news stories. We got
Yeah.
some more people to thank. Big thank you to Glitterous, CFO of Michael Shannon's Chocolate Factory.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to Davey Francis 9. Davey goes to hell.
Thank you.
Thank you to Oh Great, It's That Guy.
Thank you.
Thank you to Chester's Prophet.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to Definitely Not Guillermo del Toro.
We're on to you.
Thank you to Brian, who Tom knows.
Sure do.
Thank you to Bob Grenville.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to Stephen.
Thank you.
Thank you to Han Toomey, the confused cyborg.
Thank you so much. All right, let me jump in here. Thank you to Asking Seven. Thank you to Happy Ed 209. Thank you to Amanda Shevitz Molotov says economic solidarity is the path to paradise, comrades.
Thank you.
Thank you to Tiger George Pratt Thompson. Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Thank you.
Thank you to Dan Hackroyd. Thank you to Cody Johnston's Time Machine Noise.
Thank
you to Pete Vorpagel.
Thank you.
And thank you to listen to the hit song Books Are My Aesthetic, theme from If This Book Exists, You're in the Wrong Universe.
Thank you.
All
All right. The Venice Film Festival.
What a... Who knew that
Who
the Venice
knew?
Film Festival would come out with all of this tea? I could talk about Don't Worry, Darling forever.
Yeah. So I put 2 points on here, but we could probably ignore one of them, which is all the standing ovations, which is across the board for any festival. The Whale got a big one. The Banshees of whatever. That one got one. Blonde just got one. People love clapping for stuff.
Yeah,
but
what a stupid way to measure if a movie is good.
It never does.
How long did people clap while in the room with the people who made the movie?
Yeah, like some dog shit movies have gotten like 15-minute ovations.
I've given a standing ovation just because that was what everybody else was doing. So like
it's just playing chicken.
And I'm going to stand up for as long as everybody else is standing up. So
exactly. You don't want to be the first one to sit, but you also don't want to be the last one to sit. Yeah.
Exactly. So let's talk about Don't Worry, Darling, a film that's not getting good reviews.
I know, and that was what I was most worried about with this film.
Me too.
But here's the thing: these films these films that get like a lot of publicity and middling reviews.
I'm hoping
I still like them sometimes.
I really liked Booksmart, and so I really want to like Don't Worry, Darling. So I'm hoping I'll like it. But right now, obviously, people are talking about all the goddamn drama, which is the Olivia Wilde, Shia LaBeouf, the stuff where her not getting along with her actors. There was what's his name, Harry Styles.
Yes,
spitting on Chris Pine.
He did not spit on Chris Pine.
He did not spit on him.
Yeah, he did not. I really don't think he did.
It's funny. It's funny to say he did, but
it is.
But if that is Chris Pine's reaction to being spit on, he is a very cool man.
If you look, if you look, it seems like he's looking for his glasses.
Yeah,
like he puts down his glasses, then he looks down and he goes,
that's
there's my glasses.
What he's doing. Yeah, that's an insane reaction to being like that is too cool of a reaction to be.
Well, yeah, I think people
out of nowhere.
People want it to be like Chris Pine being like, I'm not going to freak out over this. I'm just going to play it cool. But he doesn't even like go to wipe anything.
Right.
Oh,
and
he just
also
lets that spit live on him if that's what happened.
Yeah. And Chris Pine wasn't part of all the gossip. So it was like weird that like Harry Styles would show up and spit on him. Like why?
We're just trying to drag him into, and Harry Styles wasn't really a part of it either. Like we're just trying to pull everybody in at this point. And like, here's the thing: we're never gonna know what happened behind the scenes, whether they like each other or not. The Shia LaBeouf stuff is a little sketch to me. The drama between like sometimes people work together and don't get along, and then it's fine. Yeah. And maybe things are a little weird when they're in the room together, and that's what we're all picking up on. But like that shit happens. It's fine.
Yep.
My take on this is that maybe I'm wrong here, but it feels like part of this has to do with the fact that it's a woman director, because I feel like male directors cause so much bullshit, right? Like, and we don't hear about it nearly as much.
No.
And the fact that this is like, it feels like they're pulling this like tabloid shit because it's Olivia Wilde.
Yeah,
but again, I don't. That's just a feeling I have. That's just a vibe I'm getting.
It's hard to ignore that part of it because I absolutely like. I don't know. It seems like, maybe they didn't get along. But I don't think there's any more to it than like, maybe these two people just didn't click.
Yeah, it's and also they did like their jobs. Maybe Olivia Wilde is a jerk. How is that different than a lot of directors? That's what I mean.
Most directors
where it's like,
are jerks.
Does Tarantino get this sort of coverage? You know, where it's like, no, not at all. So it's just like, directors are jerks, and that doesn't excuse anything she might have done. It's not trying to justify it in any way. It's just like it feels like the coverage of it is not the same as it would be for another director.
I think we all the landscape was like super hungry for a silly drama like this. For a silly tabloid, like I don't feel like.
We were all delighted by it, including myself.
I mean, I'm fascinated by it. I've read all the stuff. I do like. I have thought about it way more than I probably should have. Mm-hmm. But
I think I think you can't also
like each other. Sometimes.
Yes, I mean that's for sure. Yeah, I mean it's sometimes people just don't get along when they're making things. Like creative people are real stubborn, and it's if they're not vibing, they're not vibing. I think we can't. I think a lot of this probably has to do with Harry Styles being involved. Like you can't underestimate how fucking famous he is with younger people who are extremely online. So
Yeah.
like
And
that.
how
what
protective those people are over him.
Yes.
I'm gonna really show my age. Who is Harry Styles?
One Direction.
He was from One Direction.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if I've heard a single One Direction song.
He also
Okay,
has
so
his
he's-
own solo
he's-
career now, but that's
he's
how he
the-
got famous.
He's the Timberlake for the kids.
Yes.
Sure.
It's Timberlake being in movies, which
Yeah.
Timberlake did, which I would argue Timberlake is fine. He was fine in movies, but there's also a reason we don't see him in movies so much anymore. Harry Styles, did he show up in fucking Eternals too?
At the very end, I think he's in Dunkirk
Yeah.
too.
He is in
Yeah.
Dunkirk. Yeah.
I don't need this. I don't need this guy. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm all set with Harry Styles.
Sure.
It is weird that it's this real super mid-level movie that didn't really have much buzz to suddenly be like the only movie anyone's talking
Right.
about.
The thing that, what bums me out and what we talked about is that I was very excited for the movie itself. And now it seems like it's not getting good reviews and it's just been tainted. And that's going to be really, like, that feels very, I don't know. I that would be devastating or really disappointing for people who've worked on the movie, I'm sure.
Of course,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's fine. I think Florence Pugh is a great actor too, and I think
She's
glad-
great, yeah.
Yeah, I think this will be. Look, I'm also someone who defends American Hustle, and I feel like I'm getting American Hustle vibes, where it's a very advertised movie as like, this is gonna be the movie we're all talking about, and then most people don't like it. So you know, I'm this movie is in my realm of things that I will have a hot take about, and the hot take is that it was good.
Dave, I did see where Olivia Wilde had said that Chris Pine's character is partially based on Jordan Peterson.
Yes, that's very
I
funny.
can see that.
So
I
have to see it for that reason, if nothing else.
Oh yeah. What the bad reviews? What it sounds like is that it's a don't look up situation where the message is just like very obvious. Is what I've heard.
I think I know what it is. I won't say.
Yeah, you can tell, but hopefully.
But bring up American Hustle, David O. Russell, like,
Dick.
like I swear to
Horrible
God,
person.
if Olivia Wilde, if her career like ends after this as a director, that's gonna piss me off to no end because
sure.
of people like David O. Russell who are still just constantly fucking putting them out, and no one
right.
cares.
And like, what's the worst? Like, if every piece of tabloid gossip is true about this movie, like, what's the worst offense that Olivia Wilde's committed? Just didn't get along with people.
Exactly.
Like, kind of
And maybe
poorly handled some interactions, and that's
yeah,
it.
maybe
the
lied
Shia
about the
LaBeouf
Shia LaBeouf
line,
thing.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna believe fucking Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know?
Unreliable narrators here.
I'm not
Right.
gonna fucking help him rehabilitate his career.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Shia. Yeah, you don't trust Shia LaBeouf.
No.
No,
I think that's in the Bible somewhere. I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
Yeah, you stay away. Yeah, so that was Venice. That's all my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it really blew up the internet, but like it honestly it's not terribly interesting at the same time. That spit was like if that
That's
spit was
nothing.
real. That Chris Pine really was the real star in the sense
it was
that
that video. Yeah,
he was all the memes, him and his little headphones and his weird hair.
Yeah.
And like it just trying to stay out of it all. That's the real star of it all.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm
Little
just
Chris.
Yeah, I'm so delighted by Chris Pine. Like every every iteration of him, he's just a weird little guy.
Yeah, he's great.
I love
He's
him.
one of those guys. He's got that Brad Pitt energy where it's like you were probably a character actor that was too pretty. You know, like you
Yeah.
probably could have done a lot of really weird shit, but you were too
He
pretty.
still has. He's
and-
done some
and-
weird shit.
Oh, of course he has. He did, like yeah. But like Mr. Hollywood keeps being like, nope, sorry, buddy, you gotta be like Jack Ryan and shit.
Oh
And
yeah.
he's like, I don't want to be Jack Ryan. They're like, too bad, that's the law. Well, let's you guys want to thank some more patrons?
Yeah, let's do it.
More producers. Let's do it. Are you ready?
I was born ready.
All right. Big thank you to Del Griffith, the shower curtain fella.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to the Midnight Patron with patrons at midnight.
Thank you.
Thank you to Exploding Runes.
Kaboom!
Thank you to Andrew, the proud Satanist. How?
Hail Satan!
They love the Satan. Thank you to Vincent.
With a Y,
Thank you
so,
to,
you know.
Yeah, Satan. That's
Satan.
Yeah,
That's how
it's the
Satan
Satan
spells
letter.
Vincent.
Yeah. Thank you to Rev MD.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to Bootler Boodleson.
Thank you.
Thank you to Tux.
Tux.
Thank you to Ricky Cilantro.
Thank you.
Thank you to Norm from Cheers.
Norm.
Thank you to Space McNulty.
Thank you so much. All right, let me jump in here. Thank you to your mom.
Thank you.
Thank you to Nolan, To Stark, Harold Mayton.
Thank you.
Thank you to Andrew. Guest's name deserves more hype, McGuire. Oh, fuck. I did it
do
again. Thank you to Andrew. Bridgett deserves more hype, McGuire.
Thank you.
Thank you to AJ.
Thank you.
Thank you to Tip Drizzle.
Thank you.
Thank you to Burrito Mouth.
Thank you.
Thank you to the ghost of Dave Thomas.
Thank you.
Thank you to Aaron Burser.
Thank you.
Thank you to Christopher Robert Sparts, Esquire.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to Mackenzie Fuck Shuffling with Willem Dafoe's confusingly large dick chill.
Thank you.
Thank you to Funky J.
Thanks.
And thank you to Pie Guy.
Pie Guy. All right.
Dave.
What? What?
Zip your lips. Zip your fucking lips.
Fuck.
Use your lip zipper.
Son of a shit.
And okay, now that you've done that, unzip your lips and tell me if you have a movie that deserves more hype.
I do.
Oh,
I do.
What
I
luck,
do. Tom? I do. This was on my radar, and I wasn't that excited about it. And then I read the reviews. So this is coming out on Shudder October 6th, just in time for Halloween. This is called Deadstream. It is about a live streamer, like a disgraced live streamer, like a Twitch streamer, who does like wild stunts. Is the idea? He goes and yells at cops in public, does a bunch of dumb stunts, eats gross stuff. Like I said, he's been disgraced for some reason, and he's trying to win back his fans. And so he stays in a haunted house for a night, and it's the stream of him in this haunted house. And of course, the house is actually haunted, and he gets relentlessly tortured by demons and boogans of all sorts. The reason this really fucking got my attention is it's getting really good reviews for one.
Yeah, I feel like
it's at
none
a 97%.
Of these movies have been good, so it looks like this is the good one.
It looks like Dash Cam or any of those others where it's like, ooh, what if a found footage horror movie was about a streamer? Like there's so many movies about that now. Yeah. But again, 33 reviews, 97%, and the word that keeps popping up in the reviews is Evil Dead. People keep comparing it to Evil Dead, as in a guy just getting tortured by demons
right, a guy getting his
for
ass
our
beat
amusement.
By demons.
Yeah. And that sounds delightful.
It does, and this trailer looks like fun. I have heard from my critic friends, every one of them who has seen this movie, they're all like, this movie is great.
Oh, that's so good.
So, and it's just so like unexpected for a movie like this.
Yeah, it's apparently like a husband and wife writer-director team. I think it's very minimal crew because of the found footage nature.
Yeah.
And it's just like a PewDiePie type jerk, just getting relentlessly fucking tortured in a very Evil Dead Bruce Campbell way. Fucking great. Yeah, and you can sort of see in the trailer the boogans in question are very much like demons or zombies. Like it's gonna be not like ghosts or like trying to be like, this is a horror comedy. Yes. This is definitely a horror comedy. And so that's so exciting.
Yeah.
This looks awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Check the trailer out. It's coming.
Check the trailer out.
Coming soon to Shudder.
I can't wait to watch this movie. I'm so excited for this one.
Yeah, I wish it was available tonight for me to watch.
A Shudder gem.
Yes.
There's been some good ones on Shudder.
Oh, yeah. I love me some Shudder. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we've done it, guys. I think that's a so.
Yeah, we did it.
Woo! Bridgett, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, you guys.
Of course, anytime. I mean, we already got your plugs all the way up top. But
you guys know, but yeah, follow me on Bridgett at Bridgett Tweets on Twitter, and then you'll see all the stuff I'm doing.
Yeah,
sweet.
Do that.
Yeah.
And we have a Patreon, patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. You go on there for $5 a month. You get exclusive podcasts like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Fox Mulder is a Maniac, Star Trek The Nukes, Futurama, and Spiel Boys. For $10 a month, we watch movies with our patrons every Friday night. That's the night this is coming out. And there's a bunch of other tiers, so check it out.
Check that out. We also have a store. Head over to gamefullyunemployed.com where you can find a link to our Teespring store. We have all kinds of cool original artwork and designs you can get on t-shirts, mugs, stickers, posters, all sorts of things. So slap your undead little peepers on that shit.
Woo!
All right. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye. Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, Corlew, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our channel artwork is produced by Michael Vincent Bramley. You can find more of his artwork at instagram.com/mvbramleyart. Our episode artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info.